I was honestly on the verge of giving up, but then I received an email which changed everything. Hey, what's up, au pairs? So some of you may know me from my channel, The Bropair, but if you don't, hi, I'm Jarryd. Au pair Paris and I thought that it would be a great idea to share my au pair story with you all because of how much I loved it, and it was honestly the best time of my life. And so I'm hoping with this video, it will kind of inspire those of you who are thinking about becoming an au pair. I would also love to hear some of your stories and answer some questions that you may have, so let me know down in the comments below. So I was born in South Africa, and for as long as I can remember, I had always wished that I grew up in America. I was absolutely fascinated by it. Never thought that I would actually get the opportunity to go there, but it was always a very, very strong dream of mine. Before I was an au pair, I was studying to get my IT degree, and once I graduated, I knew that my life was missing something. What I did know though was that I did not want to go and sit down behind a desk all day and join the whole corporate life. That's just not me. But I knew that I needed to get out, I needed to grow as a person, and the best way to do that is to completely get out of your comfort zone. Ultimately, what my life needed was an adventure. The process of finding a family was a little tough. So with au pairing in America, you have to join an American au pair agency, and you can only match with a family that's in that agency. But now because I'm also a male, there's only certain agencies who accept males, and then within those certain agencies, there's only certain families who are open to the idea of hosting a male au pair. But before I continue, I do want to say that there are way more families now who are open to the idea of hosting a male au pair than ever before. So if you're a guy watching this, don't worry about it, you'll find a family. So my profile went live on the agency's website in February 2017, and I only received my first interview request about 4 months later. Now between that 4 months and the rest of the year, I spoke to about 8 different families, and by the time December came, I still hadn't matched with any of them because none of them felt right. Even my agency emailed me and said, Jarryd, are you sure you want to be part of this program? Because you keep saying no to all these families, and for a guy, you've been getting a lot of interest. But I just told them that none of these families felt right, and if I'm supposed to be staying with this family for a year, maybe even 2 years, then I need to be pretty certain that we are like a perfect match. Not that there's a perfect match, but that we are going to be a good match, because I would hate to go now move to this family and then going to rematch and have to find a new family. Like I didn't want to go through all that stress. So because I hadn't found a family yet, I was just telling myself that, okay, the beginning of the year 2018, I'm going to email the agency and just tell them that I'm going to give up. And then I got the email that changed it all. The first week of January 2018, I got an email for an interview request from this family that lives in Texas, 2 boys, and it's a single mother. And so I was like, okay, I might as well just give it one more shot. I spoke to this family on Skype for about an hour and a half. And then a day later, I got an email from the mom saying that they would like to match. By the end of that week, we had matched. Isn't it just crazy how life works out? Like I was this close to giving up. So if you're enjoying this video so far, hit that like button and subscribe if you aren't already. When I started, I was the au pair to twin 7-year-old boys and a single mother, and I think it worked out quite well because I never had to deal with any of the issues that a host dad might have with hosting a male au pair. But it also would have been super awkward because my host kids ended up wishing me a happy Father's Day. In the beginning, it was a little awkward. I mean, I've only spoken to these people a couple of times on Skype and through email, but being there in person, you finally do realize you're going to be living with a bunch of strangers for a whole year and maybe even 2 years. When you think about it, you're going to be living with your boss, and with that, it brings its own set of challenges, which makes au pairing a very unique experience. Everyone's schedules differ, but to my knowledge, majority of au pairs work during the day and end off at about 6 p.m. when the host parents come back from work. Whereas with me, I worked a little bit in the morning getting them ready for school, then a little bit during the day like running errands and getting groceries and cooking and whatnot, and then majority of my work was from about 4 p.m. when they got home from school till about 10 p.m. when they went to bed. If you'd like to see my day in the life of a male au pair video, then head over to my channel at The Bropair. The link will also be down in the description below. So in the beginning it was kind of fun because I didn't really know anyone and I had like 0 friends. I know, it's sad. But once I had started to make friends, then it sucked because when they were working, I was free. But when they were free, I was working. So I missed out on quite a lot of the social aspect of being an au pair because of my schedule. There are pros and cons with every single family, I can assure you of that. But I was lucky enough that one of the pros with my family is that they traveled a lot. So I went pretty much all over America. I went to Chicago, I went to Alabama, I went to New York, I went to Vegas twice. I also went to Monte Carlo and to Denmark. I unfortunately missed out on 2 international trips. So the family went to Brazil and to Colombia. But this was in my extension year, and with it being my extension year, my visa was only valid for my first year. So I kind of couldn't leave the country. But what it did mean is that I got the whole house to myself for those 2 weeks, for those 2 trips. And it sounds weird to say, but sometimes having the house to yourself is way better than even going on a trip with your host family. I would like to just end off this video with saying 2 things. Number 1 is that if you're thinking about becoming an au pair, then 100% just go for it. Don't let fear hold you back, because you could be missing out on one of the most amazing years of your life. Number 2 is that you really shouldn't rush the whole finding a family process. I know you're super excited to get to your new host country and start your whole au pair adventure, but I can guarantee that every single au pair will agree with me when I say this, and it's that finding the right family for you is the absolute most important thing. You get families who will treat you like an employee, which you don't want, and then you get families who will treat you like family. Your host family will make or break your au pair year, so choose wisely. I had such an amazing time in my 2 years as an au pair that if I could go back in time and redo it, I would do so in a heartbeat. Take the leap. It could be the best decision of your life. It was mine after all. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed hearing about my au pair story and that it inspired you to start writing your own. If you'd like to see more of my au pair videos, then the links to my Instagram and YouTube channel will be down in the description below. If you'd like to see more of my face here on the APOP channel, then give this video a like and consider subscribing if you aren't already. Leave a comment down below about your au pair story. I would love to read some of those. I hope you have a great day and I shall see you around. Bye. Au pair, au Paris, au pair, au pair. Oh, I'm British. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, leather.